what the Dodd-Frank law, most people thought if they were sort of outside of the finance business, this didn't really matter to them. But tell us about this section. It's 1502, is that right, and why it's so important?
Basically, one of the things, and you know, whenever a bill goes through Congress, it's like a Christmas tree waiting to be decorated. And this was one of those decorations that not everybody was really paying attention to. What it's aimed at is, it's actually, you know, a very positive development in many ways. What the U.S. government is trying to do is prevent the conflict that's happening in the Congo from basically from the people involved benefiting in any way. So what they want to do is make sure that companies, that U.S.-based companies, are not aiding that conflict by purchasing minerals or gold from the militia.
I see.
So
this is basically a law that is, I guess, any company that's subject to Securities and Exchange Commission jurisdiction, they're going to have to comply with this 1502 standard and sort of prove that the minerals that they are getting are not indeed, you know, cannot be traced to this conflict. Now, this though it could cut across a wide swath of industries that people might not even think have anything to do with minerals.
Oh, I mean, you know, you're looking at companies, you know, like GE. Of course, you know, initially everyone thought, oh, okay, it's going to be Apple. It is going to be Apple, but it's going to be GE. It's going to be automakers. It's going to be, you know,
Apple because of the electronics, because cell phones and components like that, they have minerals in them in the components. Right?
The Congo is very rich in tantalum, which is something that goes into PlayStations and iPhones and a bunch of other different bits and pieces, but also tin. And tin is used in electronic connections. It's used in solder. So anytime that you need to weld two wires together, you're going to need tin.
Interesting.
So that's everything.
That's everything. I mean, that could cut across even the home building industry and stuff, in anything. So in terms of how the companies can prove or have to prove that their minerals come from a source that is, again, not coming from this conflict, how do they do it?
Basically, it means, I mean, we don't have the infrastructure in place to be able to trace it perfectly, which is why everyone's scrambling, because you have to go to your supplier and say, well, you know, where are you getting this from? And a lot of the time, you're not buying pure tin, you're buying solder, which is a mix. So you have to go to that person and ask them, would you get the raw ingredients? They may not, you know, you might be buying a part of a part. So it's always, you know, it's kind of going down that chain and kind of figuring out where everything comes from.
And have the companies, I mean, only recently started paying attention to this, Tatyana, or is this something they've sort of known about and they're ready to go?
A lot of company, you know, obviously the electronics industry has been kind of well aware that this is coming along, and so they were kind of well ahead of the ball, but some people are not. So, you know, we've seen, you know, kind of people come out now and say, oh my God. So it's, you know.
Yeah, and some of them are scrambling.